Hey everyone, this is Hari here, part of PSNA Toastmasters Executive Club. Today we have our Toastmasters who is going to present different speeches and evaluation. I'm handing over to Toastmaster of the Day.
Good evening, everyone. I'm the Toastmaster for today. So, shall we start, sir? Good to go. A meeting is an event at which the minutes are kept and hours are lost. A very warm evening and a pleasant morning to one and all present here. Reverend Toastmasters and dear guests, I'm Toastmaster Shweta Shri, your Toastmaster for today's meeting. It's my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all for this meeting. For the benefit of the guests, I would like to explain the structure of the meeting. The meeting is divided into two rounds. The first round is the prepared speech round, where members will be delivering speeches based on their pathway. The second round is the evaluation round, in which the speeches and as well as other aspects of the meeting will be evaluated. Being the Toastmaster of the day, it is my duty to introduce the role bearers of today's session. Now, to keep track of the time spent by each speaker, let me welcome the timer for today, Toastmaster Shyamala Devi. She's not here today, so I'll ask Chonalika to help me with being the time for today.
Yes, sure, Toastmaster. Greetings, everyone. I'm the timer of today's meeting, and the speakers should limit their speeches within 5 to 7 minutes. And at 5 minutes, I'll raise the green card. And at 6 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 7th minute, I'll raise the red card. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Now, Shyamala is in the meeting. So, would you like to keep Chonalika? Are you willing to be the timer today, or
If Shyamala has to continue, she can. No problem for me.
Shyamala, can you speak? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, with I I'm sorry for that.
Sorry, can you? Shyamala Devi?
Yes, Sweta, I can hear you now. Yes, I can be the timer.
Okay. Now let's move on to our grammarian to track usage of the good usage of grammar and area for improvement. We have our grammarian for today, Toastmaster Revati.
Good evening to all. I am Dr. M. Revati. I'll be taking up the role of grammarian. So I will be trying to find if any grammatical mistakes arises in the talk given by the presenters. So thank you, everyone. Back to Sweta.
Thank you, ma'am. During the speeches, we have the arm counter today.
Sorry to interrupt. Am I the only one who's hearing Sweta's line slower, or others also have the same problem?
No. I'm also getting very lag in her speech.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I do have that same problem.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. It should be correct.
Yeah, Sweta, it seems to you have some network problems. Your connection is probably weaker. I don't know if you're in the right spot to have the maximum connection of your network. You can try another thing, Sweta, that you can turn off your video and then talk and then see if that helps.
Are you able to hear me now, sir? Sorry, it's disconnected.
Yeah, we can hear you. Keep going.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Now, to keep track of the R's and Ums during the speeches, we have the RM counter of the day, Toastmaster Yogesh Verma.
Greetings, Mr. and Madam Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or fast filler by anyone who speaks during the meeting. I will listen for overused words, including unwell, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and er. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I or this means or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you, Mr. and Madam Toastmaster. Back to Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Let's begin our first round. The first speaker for this round is Toastmaster Shelshia. She's doing her second project in the pathway effective coaching. She's on her first level. Her topic for today is refine your problem solving skills. To evaluate her, I'm going to evaluate her as Toastmaster Nyanasri is not here today. Toastmaster Shelshia, the stage is yours.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, you're good to go.
Celsia, you're on mute. You may have to unmute and start again.
Sir, now are you able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Now you can share your
When I share
presentation.
my screen, it gets muted.
Okay, try one more time.
Shut up.
Okay, can you try unmuting now? Yeah, this is okay. Can you speak?
But I'm not able to share my screen when I'm speaking.
Okay, try one more time. Share your screen. Okay, now you must be seeing ability to unmute. Can you unmute? Yes, just leave it like this. Now you can speak. Are you able to speak now?
No, sir, I'm not able to speak when I'm sharing the screen.
Okay, interesting. What
Sir,
laptop are you using? Something is wrong in your setting.
now, sir, are you able to
Yeah, I
hear
can
me?
hear. Yeah,
Okay, sir.
go ahead.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Good evening. This is Toastmaster Celsia from Tripoli. My topic is refine your problem solving skills. And my pathway is effective coaching. And I'm in my level of writing speech with a purpose. Okay. I'm going to talk about design thinking process. This design thinking process is founded by Stanford University in California by Mr. Professor Rolf Fast, and it was adapted by David M. Kelly for the company of IDEO. And after that, after the success of this design thinking process used applied in that company. Stanford University included them in their syllabus, and it was now every company follows that method, and it is an essential method for us to create a creative approach towards problems in design, business, or even life. The standard definition of design thinking process is: it undertakes logic, intuition, imagination, and reasoning to build an application. And the core methodology is: it is designing applications that resonate with the wants and needs of the customers. It's also a creative and effective way to solve the problem. And why we wanted to use design thinking process? Because many different ways to find a solution to a problem, but design thinking process is an effective way to find them, where we will identify what is the real problem and get a good and a real solution for that problem. And there are 5 stages in design thinking process. First, empathize. Second one, define. Third one, ideate. And fourth, prototype. And the fifth one is test. When you can dive into first phase, empathize. Empathize is a phase where we discuss problems, that is brainstorming. In that, we can discuss with our peer fellow members and understand what is the problem. We can ask questions to the people who are facing the problems and understand the core problem. And this is in this phase, people will gather together and speak about what are the problems they face in their real life, or also they also talk with people who are facing those problems and identify that problem. Next, they will go to the define phase, where they will define the problem with the clearly. When we say something to our teacher, clearly only the teacher will understand that. So defining a problem clearly is very important. Then only the customers can understand what our problem and what we are going to tell them. So we should first develop a habit of collecting problems and defining in a correct way. Then only we can identify what the core problem is. And the third phase is ideate. Ideate in this phase, we are going to find the solution for the problems and the potential solutions for them. Because every solution we come up will be effective and creative, but only one solution will be correctly matching to that problem. So we want to find what is that problem, what is that solution. Many ideas we may be getting in brainstorming phase, but we should not hold back when we get those ideas. Maybe stupid ideas can lead to amazing ones. So we should never hesitate to put those ideas into action. And the fourth phase is prototype. Here we design the solution for all the like we wanted to design a solution. For example, if you don't know to how to peel a pomegranate, there is a man who found out how a machine that peels pomegranate. So a problem and a solution. So this solution is maybe a constructional wise solution or an app for the solution. For example, if a girl, when we talk about girl safety and things, there are many apps that help with girl safety, like Kavalan app, which helps girls to whenever they get out from their place, they will be getting a trigger from surrounding members about the problems they are going to face. So it will be helpful for them. And these are the examples. And prototype is a phase where we put our idea, problem and solution as a design. And the fifth phase is test. Test is giving our ideas and solutions to the customers or the target audience we have, to test them and see whether our problem is correctly, our solution is going hand with them. And we should get some feedbacks, and we should know the changes from that, and we should correct the changes in our upcoming ideas. So we should if you are doing a good idea, it will be very good if you get a good feedback. If not, if some bad feedback is there, we should change them with that or improve them. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shelshia. All the Toastmasters can express their applause using reactions. Now moving on, we have our second speaker, Toastmaster Ajit Selvakumar. He's doing his second project in the Pathway Dynamic Leadership. He's on his first level. His topic is the scope of future. I'll be evaluating speech. Toastmaster Ajit Selvakumar. The stage is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Good evening to one and all present here. I'm Ajit Selvakumar from ECE. I'm here to give an insightful speech on the scope of future. Science and technology are the crucial aspects of our day-to-day life. In pandemic period, it was an clear evident we should become virtual. In pandemic period, it was clearly evident that our life become virtual and never goes back. Our our work highly depends on the availability of smartphones, computers, and information technology. On the other hand, economical growth of the nation depends on the growth of the country. According to the recent data, our country is the third largest scientific workforce in the world. On November 5, 2013, India approved again its power in the field of science and technology by launching the Mangalyaan on the Mars. The former Indian President, Mr. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, worked himself out at DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization. ISRO also helped to develop the India in the field of science and technology. Move on to the technology. Artificial intelligence also have the tremendous scope in India. What is meant by artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence means giving human intelligence to the machines by the form of data is called artificial intelligence. With the help of AI, machines can easily able to learn and solve the problems and think about the problems. In our modern life, we can't think about our life without computers. AI is theory and development of computers. Artificial intelligence was developed by John M.C. Carthy. AI is in e-commerce, industries, hospitals, etc. 21st century is the century of science and technology. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ajit Selvakumar. All the Toastmasters can express their applause using reactions. Next, we have our third speaker for this round, Toastmaster Akilan. He's doing his second project in the Pathway Dynamic Leadership. He's on his first level. His topic is Lead to Success. Toastmaster Akilan.
Can I add anything? Hello?
Toastmaster Akilan, are you able to hear me?
I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Good evening to everyone present here. Today, I'm here to talk about lead to success. In today's world, everyone wants to successful. But what is success? The perspective of success is varied from one person to another. For the record, the people before us have a different view on success. The people after us have a different view on success. Moreover, people compare different people's performance to evaluate their success. But success is not something you can copy from others. You have to make your own path to achieve your success. In modern days, people are obsessed with success because the glamour and the lifestyle of the success people. But There are many ways in the world to be successful, but most people think of celebrities, artists, politicians, and businessmen whenever they hear the word success. Moreover, they think doing what they will make you successful, but not the case. They forget the most basic thing that makes a person successful. That is their hard work, dedication, and the desire to achieve their dream. More importantly, they like to do what the others told them to do. Successful people do what they like to do. If you look in the dictionary for the meaning of the word success, then you will find that it means the achievement one's goals or aim. If anyone knows the abbreviation of aim, the abbreviation of aim is ambition in mind. So basically, anyone can achieve success by simply achieving their goal or aim. Success isn't about greatness, it's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success. Then greatness will come. So everyone do hard work to achieve your dreams and goals. The most important thing to achieve success is you want to sacrifice your loved things. We are often using mobile phone, televisions, and simply we are wasting so much of time. Use time correctly to achieve your goals. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akilan. All the Toastmasters can use reactions to show your applause. Now we have our last speaker, Toastmaster Setu Meenakshi. She's giving her icebreaker in the Pathway Dynamic Leadership. Her topic for today is Make a Start. Toastmaster Setu Meenakshi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm able to hear you, but I'm not able to.
Sorry for the inconvenience. You can enable me.
Okay, continue.
I can proceed. Can I proceed?
Yes, that's it. Yes, sure.
Right. Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Sevinakshi from CSE department. Since it's my level 1 project 1 icebreaker, I want to just speak about how to make a start to lead a successful life. The first step you have to make to lead a successful life is not just a big thing. It's just expand yourself and take yourself from your comfort zone. Success is not a comfort procedure. If you stay in your comfort zone, it's where you fail. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful. If you want to change your life, it's not possible until step out of your comfort zone. Changes begin at the end of your comfort zone, and the growth zone will start at the end of your comfort zone. From my perspective, there are 3 tension points that keep us cemented in our comfort zones. The one is our mindset, and second thing is our overthinking fear, and third one is a lack of action. First, you have to need a goal that inspires you, because for a goal to matter, it stretches you, it pulls you to lead to a success. You have to first believe that you can achieve your goal. Second one is fear. Fear of unknown, fear of uncertainty, and fear of failure. Fear is second reason the harness continues to tuck you back. You were held back by the fear of failure, but failure is just another word of lesson learned. Action. Just setting goal and overcome the fear is not enough to get from the zone. The most important thing is to do action. From comfort zone to growth zone, there are many phases. Comfort zone, where you feel safe and in control, but lack of knowledge and successful. The next zone is fear zone, affected by others' opinion and find excuses and lack of confidence. And other phases are learning zone, You learn from your failures, deal with the challenges, problems, and acquiring your new skills that extended to the growth zone. Growth zone, where you find the purpose, live your dreams, setting your goals, and real the aspirations. Um, the ability to take risks by stepping outside our comfort zone is the primary way by which we grow. But we are often afraid to take the first step, I think. In truth, comfort zones are not really about comfort. They are about fear. Break the chains of fear to get outside. Once you do, will learn, enjoy the process of taking risks and growing in the process. The way is to step out of comfort zone. It's become aware of outside of our comfort zone. Get comfortable with your discomfort. See failures as a teacher. See failures as a teacher. Be honest yourself. Be honest yourself. I'm going to tell one story that inspires me. There was a king who received very special gift, 2 falcons. He handed them over to a man who expert in training falcons. After a couple of months, the two falcons was doing the two of the one falcon was doing very well, flying majestically, but other one had not moved at all from its branches. The king brought all the healers and trained all over the places to try to get the falcon to move. But having tired of everything, he frustrated and said to his minister, maybe we need someone who understands the bride and familiar with nature, and please search for that kind of people. The next morning, the king was thrilled. The second falcon flied high all over the garden. Delighted king asked the minister to get the door of this miracle to him. The minister just brought a simple farmer to the king. The king asked the farmer, how did you make this falcon fly? The farmer said, it was very simple and easy. I simply cut the branch. We are created to fly, to live by the incredible potential. But we often sit on our branches, clinging to the things that's familiar to us, remaining stuck in our comfort zone, not willing to venture out. So friends, comfort zone is the enemy of progress tree. Comfort zone always discomforts us. A ship is uncomfortable at the shore, but it made to challenge the waves, not to remain at the shore. So work hard for success and achieve success. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Toastmaster Setu Meenakshi. All the Toastmasters can express your applause using reactions. Now we have a tag team to submit the report. First, let me call our timer to report. Toastmaster Shyamala.
Yes, Sweta, can you hear me now?
Yes, you're audible.
Thank you, Sweta. First of all, I submit my apologies for being late, and I'll make sure not to repeat it again. That was due to my bad network connections here. I'm really sorry for that, Toastmasters. With that, I would like to submit the timer report. The first speaker, Toastmaster Sarisha, took 5 minutes and 52 seconds. And the second speaker, Toastmaster Ajit Selvakumar, took 2 minutes and 7 seconds. And the third speaker, Toastmaster Akilan, took 2 minutes 20 seconds. And the fourth speaker, Toastmaster Setu Meenakshi, took 5 minutes and 21 seconds. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shyamala. Next, are our counters online to submit the report. Toastmaster Yogeshwaran.
I want to submit the encounter. Toastmaster Celsia took 6 arms and no arms, and she repeatedly used the word and then. And Toastmaster Ajit Selvakumar, took 1 arms, and he repeatedly used our. Third speaker, Toastmaster Akilan, took no arms and no arms. He started in lag. Last speaker, Setu Meenakshi, took 1 arms, no arms. Thank you, Toastmasters. Back to Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster. And finally, let's have a grammarian to submit the report. Toastmaster Revati, ma'am.
Thank you, Sweta, for the opportunity given to me. I mean, to say about the overall grammar of today's speeches, there was not much mistakes regarding grammar, but generally, I would like to comment on all the speeches given by the speakers. First of all, I would like to congratulate all the freshers. These three persons have already spoke on the last meeting itself. So this was their second speech. Celsia really improved a lot. From the first level, this second level, she really improved a lot. Whatever modifications I've told, she had brought into. I said you can use PPT. Really, she had followed that advice, and she had taken steps in preparing all the slides, and she had done it. So really, I appreciate Celsia for that, and I want all the further persons also to do this, to take this into your speeches. So I especially thank Celsia for the effort she had taken. But anyway, the overall presentation was very good, Ma. The presentation was good, the slides were good, and the way you took it over was also very catchy, and the time also you kept it very well. So I really congratulate for your talk, your speech, and I could not find any grammatical mistakes in that. So keep going. I expect more advancements in your speeches hereafter. And I'm not happy with Ajit Selvakumar today. I think he is not prepared well. Ajit, can you reply me? What is the reason for? Actually, last speech was very well, Ajit. This time I was very much eager to hear your speech, but I think the content delivery was very less. You should put more content. You had to improve a lot. When compared to last level, this level you have not done well. Fairly speaking, I was not that much happy. And the duration also very less time only you have taken. So I think for want of time, or I don't know whether you have prepared in the last minute, but I should appreciate you people for taking all the week, because preparing the content and delivering every week is really a tedious process. But since we have to reach our goal, we have to go with that. So I really appreciate you and Nakilan for doing that. But anyway, the content is not enough. So in the forthcoming weeks and in the speeches, I want you to prepare more contents related to your topic and the levels, and to deliver it. So, but anyway, I appreciate you for coming up today and doing a presentation. So you have to extend the duration of your speech, and you have to put more content into your speech. Only that too, I would like to say for you as well as Akhil.
Okay,
And yeah. And Kilan, I think you have to switch on your video fully so that we can see your body language, all that, as well as the remaining things. Okay. And Sedhu Meenakshi, she started today well. I think it's an icebreaker session for her. She just utilized her time effectively. So she had patched up with a story. And I think you can still improve your modulation, Ma. It was like monotonous in some places, but I think while telling the story, your modulation is good. So throughout your speech, I think you can vary your modulation. So that's it from my side. Thanks to all the speakers, and back to Sweta.
Thank you, ma'am. I immensely thank our tag team for helping us. The next part of our meeting is the evaluation round. I would like to give feedback for Toastmaster Shelshia and Toastmaster Ajit Selvakumar. First, let me start with Toastmaster Shelshia. Your topic was refine your problem solving skills, and topic that is not so random that impressed me. And despite the technical issues at the beginning of your presentation, you were able to give it successfully, and I appreciate you for that. You use PPT as one of your tools, which really helped for your audience's attention. But one thing I would tell you is know your audience, know what kind of an audience you have, and try to take your topic, choose your topic and content according to that. And apart from that, you had a good voice clarity and your flow of content was good. Looking forward to upcoming speeches, Shelshia. Now let me move on to Toastmaster Ajit Selvakumar. As Revati ma'am told, his speech was too short, but I was happy because last time I evaluated him and I was happy to see that he had improved his eye contact that was mentioned in last week's meeting. but I was waiting for an impactful speech that would have my attention, and I missed it this week. So I hope we can improve on that. We know because we all have gone through that phases. So a little improvement each week, you can do it. So all the best for your upcoming speeches, Ajit. Now I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Chanalika to give evaluation to Toastmaster Akilan.
Am I audible and visible, Toastmaster?
Yes, you're audible and visible.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, hi, Toastmaster Akilan, and thank you for. Very happy to evaluate him. And Akilan, you have taken the code to lead to success, which was a great code, and you have introduced in a good manner, and also your speech was so informative and good. And when it comes to area of improvisation, content is not enough to feed this repair speech. So prepare speech has a time limit for 5 to 7 minutes. So you have to prepare at least for 5 minutes so that in area contest, the time is very important to everyone. So please work in that. And also, as ma'am said, please switch on the video so that we can have an look of you, your gesture, and your facial expressions, which can have more content to your speech. When it comes and also you can add more examples in your speech during your speeches, and you can have an interaction session with an audience, which you will go further which you will learn in further sessions, but you can add in your basic skills, so it will help you in future. And also, and at the end you can have a quote, you can end with the quote, so which is also add beauty to yours. And these are all the area of improvisation. And thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Now I would like to welcome Toastmaster Yogeshwaran to give feedback for Toastmaster Setu Meenakshi.
Sedu took his quad is nice. Make a start. See, flow of content is good. I didn't saw eye contact and gestures. So didn't switch on the camera. The flow of content is good. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Now to give feedback on the overall meeting held today, I'd like to have our general evaluator, our beloved Hari sir. Sir, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Sweta, for a wonderful session today, and you're anchoring as a Toastmaster and responding to network issues or responding to delays and others introducing themselves. You're amazingly anchored and responded to the situations. So it's an effective session and job well done. Keep it up. I want to congratulate all the other role players, evaluators, Yogeshwaran, Chanalika, Shweta Sri, and Timer Shamala for pitching in and supporting this meeting to have a very good structure to help the speakers reflect upon their accomplishments, their strength, and also their area of improvements for the next speeches. Wonderfully done by all the evaluators and the master evaluator Revati ma'am as well. So all of the feedbacks were wonderful. Let's retrospect few minutes on what were the key problems that we all faced in the last 40 minutes. The categories are related to network issues, number one. Number two, the speakers had to check in whether they're visible, they're audible. That's logistics. And third one is knowing that the content is not enough or the impact is not enough. These are the challenges, three challenges, yeah? What can we do about it to become better at it? Network issues. As much as we all can prepare for a situation, we cannot prepare for everything that's going to happen. But if we plan ourselves, we could prepare to an extent. And that's what my philosophy. So for all this network issue, I think when I travel from US to India, I come in, I get an Airtel card, and I use it on the go wherever I go. Right, so I don't have to rely on the my mobile network or anything. I take my card, plug it into my laptop, and I'm on the road. Right, so that's number one. So instead of relying on your Wi-Fi connectivity or something, if you have that Apple card, then your Wi-Fi is more stronger than it used to be, right? So that is one way of preparing. What else can go wrong? Electricity connection, where we are going to use, may go wrong. So we may be prepared to speak on a laptop connected to electric socket, and let's say the power goes off. Then what do we do? You should have your mobile, and to be able to present from your mobile at a short notice. So how do you plan for that? If you have a script, fine. If you have a PPT, send that PPT in advance to your own email, which you can access from your mobile, so that if you have to end up speaking from your mobile or sharing from your mobile, you could do that as well, right? So that's a backup plan for some event that could happen, like the power going off. Third thing is the short length of the speeches. I would say to reflect upon, those are level 1 speeches, and these are bound to happen. I believe that an extent or a preparation of before the meeting, some of the senior members and mentors in the club, if they can have a draft run or a dry run of the new speakers to present themselves and give them a bit of tips and techniques, then the level of speeches and the confidence with which the new speaker will come in and present in a meeting will increase. And that's exactly what we as seniors and mentors need to do. We need to take that extra bit of 5 minutes, 10 minutes to talk with a recent joiner and, hey, do you want to dry run your presentation and listen to it, and then give a little bit of inputs, and then ask them to go and work on it and come back and present it. One dry run is enough, and a feedback is enough. So if you can do that a day or two in advance, then the speaker has 24 to 48 hours to work on your feedback and come prepared. So this is another way to tackle some of these short speeches, because they don't know what is right, what is wrong, and how much it has to be. So those are the aspects that needs to be taken care of. And the third one is, not many of you were turning your video on and speaking, and that could be also because of the network bandwidth issues. And that's why I said having the additional data card will help you in terms of the signal strength, and you should be able to do it. That's also an opportunity, right? Because not everyone may be able to afford the data card. And I don't know whether it's available on a rental basis or you have to buy it, or if you can borrow it from a friend or a known contact, known relative for the short time period, in order to be prepared for these kind of presentations, so that you don't have to come an excuse saying that my power is off, I cannot join the meeting, right? If you think ahead, if you plan for such events, then you can respond to it better. And that's what the corporate world looks for. Have you planned? Have you planned? Have you created a backup plan for the activity? And have you thought it through? It's easy to execute when somebody says what you should do, but there are very few people who are there to say what you should do to others, and that requires planning, visioning the entire sequence of the event, what is going to happen, what are the things that can trip off, and how do we kind of create a backup plan. and that comes with experience, and that's what I want to see the seniors and Toastmaster clubs in this Toastmaster club to reflect upon and prepare all of us better for the next meeting and act as a role model. So that's my general evaluation, but kudos to all the presenters today who had prepared their content, who had delivered their content, short or long, but they took their confidence. Their introduction was good, that so-and-so from so-and-so department. It's very good. I would also say a couple of things. When you introduce yourself, you can say your department is being led by so-and-so HOD and the HOD name, right? And or you can say that you had the opportunity and my mentor in the club is so-and-so. So that kind of, you're giving kind of a visibility to someone else who is probably not in the immediate Toastmaster setting, but you're trying to make a connection to to a to a mentor or to a professor who can help you in this journey now or later, right? And make sure, so that way, for someone who's all the way different, in a different continent like me, know, okay, who's the CSE HOD, who's the EEE HOD, who's the ECE HOD, right? So you're giving useful information to the audience who can then start connecting and thinking about others as well. So while you prepare, you may want to prepare a good introduction, then the body. The other important aspect is it is not as important as presenting what you have prepared. It's about thinking back, come from the outcome. The outcome of the presentation should be, what are the three things? What are the three things you want the audience to take away at the end of your speech? 1, 2, 3. If you can, after all your presentation for the speech, and after you have done all your script writing and everything, at the end, write down point number 1, this is what I want my audience to take away from my speech. Point number 2, point number 3. Once you have the 3-point summary, when you start off your speech, at the introduction, after introducing your name and so, say that your speech is about this, and you want the audience to take away, or you're going to focus on these 3 main themes, 3 main topics. So that way the audience knows what they are going to expect, and then you can dive into the detail. And then at the conclusion, you can say, in conclusion, I want to repeat the key takeaways, 1, 2, 3, right? Not all have to follow exactly the same format, but telling the audience what are the key things that they want to take away is an effective way to convey your ideas. At the end of the day, it's not as important as how much we know. It's very important how much the audience gets to know from the essence and content of your speech. And that's an impactful delivery of a speech. I hope that gives you a good insight on what you can look into improve it. Any questions before I just move on to take 5 minutes on how we as Toastmaster Club can improve with our structure and theme of our presentations in the upcoming sessions for the next 6 months to 1 year? Any questions before that? No question?
Sir, I have a question.
Sure,
So regarding, so first year, in the first previous sessions, we have completed a pathway. So for the upcoming sessions, can we choose another pathway to do a project, sir?
Have you completed all the levels or not?
Yes, sir, I have completed the pathway.
Yeah, you can choose another pathway. Usually the first pathway is always free. The second pathway has a cost like $20, and in Indian rupees, it's 1,500 rupees. But as long as you're ready for the second pathway, you let Chitra ma'am know, who's the treasurer of the club, and Chitra and I will take care of the payment of that pathway, and you can go ahead and do your pathway.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Cool. Any other questions? Okay. Let me present you a format that we can use to improvise our club presentation formats. Let me know if you're able to see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So in Toastmasters speeches so far, our club, which started on January 2021, now we are almost 1 year and 5 to 6 months. So if we are a baby, our age is 1.5 years. In majority of the sessions, we are focused on prepared speeches and table topics. There are other ways to bring in energy and enthusiasm in the club and do a presentation format. So if you as a prepared speaker, like today, Celsia, Akhil, and Ajit, etc., if you're a presenting speaker, you have audience to listen. This presentation can be seen also as a public speech or a town hall speech. If you look into other style of communication, it also, there's a style called interviewing. So you can bring in, let's say, head of department of CSE, head of department of English, bring them and have a 30 minutes interview with them. So you can ask one or two member of the club who have got good experience and confidence over all these many months and have them interview them. So this way you can bring in a guest for the meeting and know their strength, know their success philosophy, get to know them better, and interview. So interviewing is again an art and a skill that you can develop. So if in the 3 or 4 sessions that you have in a month, if you're doing prepared speech and table topics in 2 or 3 in 2 meetings, your third meeting, half of the meeting can be table topics and half of the meeting can be a leadership interview, or half of the meeting can be prepared speeches, half of the meeting can be leadership interview, right? So that's one way. Now, if you interview one person, one guest speaker, that's an interview. But what if you interview 2 to 3 speakers at the same time? That becomes panel discussion. You take a theme, you talk to those SMEs, ask relevant question that is useful for the audience to know. So that's panel discussion. So you can mix in certain style of these formats and also prepare yourself as a confident person, confident anchor to lead an interview, to lead a panel discussion in addition to your presentation and pathways. Revati ma'am must be knowing there are the advanced academic circles, there are also case study methods. So you take a journal, IEEE journal article or any other technology article journal, and you take an article and use that as a case study to bring in discussion among the participants. So that's a case study method, and that also you can introduce in any of the speech. And say this is the particular article. Let's say the IEEE journal is talking about robotics as an article, and you bring in that article and you share that article in advance to your members a day or two before, let's say, and then you ask them to review that article and come back with their inputs, and then the case study presenter kind of anchors the pros and cons of different methodology to talk on that topic, and that kind of increases the knowledge of the members, but it also gives a different method to engage. So it's almost like a table topic centered around a theme, and that's a case study mechanism, right? So that's those are different ways to engage, and I sincerely propose and suggest in some of the meetings once in a month, bring in some other format of the meeting in addition to the prepared speeches and table topics. So the traditional method is prepared speech and table topics. The town hall format is prepared speeches and feedback and evaluation, which is what you had. And then we can also have the participants ask Q&A to the speakers who presented today. You can ask them, hey, how did you go about preparing for this topic? While preparing, what did you understand or what did you find about so-and-so? So listening is one thing, but there's also an art to ask meaningful questions to the speaker, because when you ask a beautiful or a relevant question to a speaker, it captures the management attention who are in the meeting. Oh, this person is able to think at this level and ask this kind of question, right? So even asking a question needs a plan, a preparation on that topic. If in this topic, what can I ask? In this topic, what can I ask that will be helpful to me as well as for the others in the audience, right? So that is a town hall format where you have prepared speeches, feedback evaluation, and instead of having a table topic, you can do a members Q&A session. But for that, you have to break away your shy and ask questions. I think Celsia brought this word today called stupid. I strongly encourage members not to use those kind of words. There's nothing called a stupid question. There's nothing called a stupid so-and-so, right? If you want to punch the punch the meaning, that you can say instead of stupid, you can replace it with inconsequential or insignificant, right? People may think it's an insignificant question, but so and so. So instead of saying people may think this is a stupid thing or this is a stupid act, you can say people may think this is an inconsequential or insignificant thing, and then you can say your point. So use your words carefully. Do not use the words that a regular person uses. That anyone can do. But choosing your words carefully will give you the strength of your and quality of your speech. That's important. Then interviews, then panel discussion and case studies. And there are different ways you can, if you plan ahead well, you can prepare your club meetings very well. In the sense, each month you can have a theme. So let's say in January, you can have a theme like robotics, automation, vehicle automation. In February, you can talk about a leadership topic, client experience, customer experience. In March, you can choose IoT and immersive technologies. In April, you can think about organizational culture, and you can prepare your speeches about organizational culture, how companies succeed, and how large team success happens, right? So each month you can have a different theme, and the pathway speeches that the people are preparing for can be centered around the theme and linked to the respective pathway level goals and project goals, right? But all the speeches will be centered in and around that theme. So that way you will learn a lot about that topic, and everyone gets to prepare for that topic in different meetings, right? So you can think of that way, and you can infuse it with your different speeches. Now, in each of this main topic, there are a lot of subtopics that I've listed down, which kind of will help Toastmaster and others to see, okay, what the speakers can speak on, right? So the main topic is artificial intelligence, but within this, there's a machine learning, there's a focus on media, deepfake, responsible AI and ML, algorithms. So you can take on different subtopics, and different speakers can speak on different subtopics under the main theme of artificial intelligence. Similarly, if these are the main leadership topics, you can speak on different subtopics under that main leadership topic, right? So my content here, but the essence is, if you prepare yourself ahead and plan your monthly meetings centered around certain themes, and prepare your pathway speeches on those themes, and use a different skills like interviewing, panel discussion, case study, bring in that. The senior members in the club can bring in that, so that the junior members can also learn along with it. And you are also learning new skills than what you learned in the previous year. In the previous year, you have focused on table topics and prepared speeches. Now, while you continue that for the benefit of the new joiners, but you also can become familiar yourself with the new techniques like interviewing techniques, panel discussion techniques, case study techniques. So I hope this format that I'm proposing can be considered by all the members of PSNA Toastmasters Club, and you can think how you can schedule your future meetings centered around these themes and bring in these different formats in your club speeches. I hope all the club officers and the club president Revati ma'am and Chitradevi ma'am can consider all these things and bring in this way. This is almost like your mini MS, mini MBA kind of style where you have technology as well as leadership topics. Now, to make it even more relevant to your engineering graduation, you can, instead of these technology topics that I've put in there, you can also replace it with, let's say, a biomedical engineering related topic 1 month, electrical electronics related topic 1 month. So you can customize those topics, and that way an ECE student get to know about some other topic in mechanical engineering or civil engineering, and that way you can expand your mindset and knowledge. So this is another way to think about how you can expand your theme. But this all requires a very good planning ahead and then scheduling it and communicating it to the team members and asking them to prepare in advance. So I hope this becomes a useful concept for conducting your future meetings. Back to you, Toastmaster Svetashri.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable suggestion and feedbacks. We'll be sure to implement your suggestions in the upcoming meetings. Thank you for the cooperation, Toastmasters. Thank you for putting up with my last minute changes. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. So keep fighting and have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank
Thank you
you.